Would all please rise for the singing of the national anthem? Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Before I address the class, I would like to continue the tradition of taking a class selfie with our principal. Thank you to Mr. John Conahan, Mr. Michael Hood, and the students for the wonderful musical performances we just heard. Good evening, families, faculty, members of the school board, and members of Central Office. My name is Marie Dickson, President, Class of 2016. Congratulations, Class of 2016. We made it. As Vivian Green mentions, life isn't about waiting for a storm to pass. It's learning to dance in the rain. As a class, we will be surrounding ourselves with new people and new experiences, but the one language universal to everything, whose movement has brought our class and generation together, is dance. Whether it is electric sliding our way through our years of schooling, or dabbing at every small mistake that truly helped us work towards our goal, all while saying nay nay to those who didn't think we could do it. Well, I'm proud to say the running to graduation is over. We did it. Even though we move on to another chapter in our lives, our reign will always remain. After all, a quote by Robin Sharma explains, "Every pro was once an amateur. Every expert was once a beginner. So dream big and start now." I'd personally like to welcome Dr. James Crisfield, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Gary Abamont, Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Sherry Becker, President of the School Board, or Chloe's mom, Mr. Joseph Honeycutt, Vice President of the School Board. On behalf of the graduating class of 2016, I would like to welcome all the families, friends, and teachers from all Wissahickon School District schools who have come to celebrate this special day with us. A very special thank you goes out to Miss Joanna Duffy and all the secretarial staff who helped to make this day successful. Thank you. I would now like to welcome to the stage our first graduation speaker, Max Benowitz.
Hello, everyone. Special Agent Dale Cooper once said, "I have no idea where this will lead us, but I have a definite feeling it'll be a place both wonderful and strange." Though in this case, Mr. Cooper was talking about his time in the idiosyncratic town of Twin Peaks, I feel as though it relates to the end of high school, the occasion we've all joined together today to celebrate. As an avid fan of television, film, and stories in general, I've come to appreciate the value of an ending. Sometimes, these stories end with a mystery, such as the infamous finale of The Sopranos. Sometimes, these stories end with a moment of realization, such as the big reveal in the final moments of The Usual Suspects. No spoilers. Sometimes, these stories end with all plot lines, loose ends, and character arcs wrapped up tightly in a box, not a stone left unturned. We'll call this the Breaking Bad. However, my personal favorite conclusion is that of the Western historical drama Deadwood, wherein the plot is left open-ended. The characters still live on, and in the closing moments, we realize that life will continue to go on, with or without our viewership. But why was that finale so powerful? Without going into spoilers, Deadwood's climax is very anticlimactic, showing us how when push comes to shove, explosive endings are more for shock value than they are for realism. The story doesn't end when The Sopranos cuts to black, or when the identity of Kaiser Soze is revealed. The screen stops running, but in that fictional universe, the characters still live on. Today, June 9th, the story of our high school career ends. But as regal as this ceremony is, the tale isn't ending with a twist, showdown, or shoot-off. It would be quite epic and kinda awesome, but perhaps not pragmatic. Over the last 4 years, there have been an abundance of plots, characters, and memories. Freshman year, we can all remember being lost, trying to traverse the labyrinth of lettered halls that make up our building. Junior year, the tension was run up. AP courses became available, SATs and ACTs suddenly started to rear their ugly heads, and through it all, we tried to maintain some semblance of a social life. Senior year, we've done our best to chart a course into real life. Some of us putting our noses to the grindstone and working, while others, not naming any names here, may have watched copious amounts of television to delay the inevitable. Whatever the course, it's all worked out by now, and here we stand. But, as Shakespeare says, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. He's right. But unlike in a play or a show, the finale isn't going to wrap up all nice and tightly. Each individual character standing before me today has yet to resolve their own plotline. Some of us will attend college, some of us will join the workforce immediately, some of us may be going an entirely separate route. Who knows? We trade away the epic for the realistic, and though it may be difficult to accept when watching a show, it's for the best. No matter what the outcome, the sequel has yet to be written. The end has come for this season. But the show? Well, the show is far from finished. Thank you. And now back to Marie Dickson.
Thank you, Max. I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Concetta Lupo, principal of Bluebell Elementary School, to give the district congratulations.
High school graduation is a day that students wait for from the very first time they step into kindergarten at our elementary schools. At elementary school, my colleagues and I have gotten to know you all very well and love you very, very, very much. Graduation day is when you complete your first 13 years of education and are free to step into the world and begin making your own decisions with regard to continuing your education and career choices. It's the day when all the hard work that you've put in pays off. Graduation is a memorable and emotional moment filled with laughter, happiness, caps thrown in the air, picture taking, and tears of joy. But there's also a couple interesting facts about this year. This country is in the process of graduating over 3 million millennials. You guys are considered millennials, being born between 1982 and 2000, so you're on the tail end of the generation. Millennials outnumber baby boomers and are far more diverse. You now represent more than 1/4 of the nation's population, and you are the most diverse generation on record. Our diversity is something to be celebrated, and my hope is that you are prepared for citizenship in a multicultural community, country, and world. Just as an aside, millennials use social media more frequently than any other generation, and are more likely to sleep with their cell phones. I sleep with mine too, and no, I am not a millennial. Goldman Sachs states that millennials are the most scheduled generation ever, are true multitaskers, and should expect to have 6 to 8 careers in their lifetime, and are also attracted to diverse environments. WhiteHouse.gov website states this about millennials. They have been plugged into technology since they were babies. While all the generations have experienced technological advances, the sheer amount of computational power and access to information that the millennials have had at their fingertips since grade school is unparalleled. You are truly a generation that has the potential to have a dramatic, positive global impact. And I know that this might sound cheesy, but I'm really excited to know that the students sitting here today are our future. You have the character, the capacity, the drive, and ability to keep making this world a better place. We can't wait to see this unfold. At this point, I just have a few requests that I'd really like the class of 2016 to consider. The first one is have self-respect. Be comfortable in your skin. Love who you are. Each and every one of you is so unbelievably important. As Maya Angelou shared with us, you may not be able to control all of the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. The second one is be a risk taker. Risk takers set goals, and in spite of all the obstacles, do everything in your power to successfully attain them. It means looking at things from a different angle and being creative. It means taking chances and being willing to learn. Taking risks means making mistakes and having an understanding that in order to succeed, you have to be willing to accept the fact that you may fail. Michael Jordan states, "I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I cannot accept not trying." The last one is have confidence and always believe in yourself. This is a saying from an unknown author. A bird sitting on a tree branch is never afraid of the branch breaking, because the trust is not in the branch, but in your own wings. So please believe in your own wings. Graduates, we, the elementary principals, wish you a lifetime of success and dreams coming true. Congratulations, students. Congratulations, parents. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lupo. Now please join me in welcoming to the stage our next graduation speaker, Michael DiDomenico.
Hey, Ma! Hey, how are you? Okay. Oh, okay, I didn't need it. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Class of 2016, parents, faculty, and family and friends, to all of my buds, as you saturate remember the things you taught me during my senior years at Wissahickon. Spread kindness, be brave, and support each other if you go to college or get a job. Cake lift you things potent skills. I know your teachers would all agree with me when I say, Wissahickon seniors, go out into the world. Spread kindness, be brave, and also spread kindness, be brave. I miss all you, make all your family proud. Maybe Dickson.
Thank you, Michael. And now for a senior music selection performed by the senior chorus and Camerata, written and directed by Mr. John Conahan. Thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome to the podium our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. James Crisfield, for his address to the graduates.
Thank you, Marie. The Wissahickon High School class of 2016. Wow, this has taken some doing on your part. There's much to celebrate on this glorious day. Whether it's going off to college, maybe serving your country, or finding gainful employment of some sort, you need to know that we're very proud of each and every one of you. In that vein, I want to share with you two words that come together to create a very powerful phrase that reminds me of your class, and then one short story that illustrates the point. By show of hands, how many of you have heard of the phrase gracious professionalism? Okay. Handful here and there. There's a reason why some of you have, and we'll get to that later. But first, taken separately, the words are defined as follows. Gracious is defined in part as marked by kindness, courtesy, and tact. Professionalism is defined in part as strict adherence to courtesy, honesty, and responsibility. Put together, the resulting phrase, gracious professionalism, which was coined by Dr. Woody Flowers of MIT, gets at, quote, working together and competing against each other in a way in which we celebrate everyone's contribution. Here is an example of gracious professionalism in action. Very important soccer game going on across the world a few years back, in Saudi Arabia actually. Both teams highly ranked, tight match, 0-0, and at one point in the match, the goalie for one team grabs the ball with his hands, of course he's allowed to do that, he's a goalie, and about ready to do something with it, and looks down and sees one of his shoes is hopelessly untied. I guess as hopelessly untied as a shoe can be. So he's not sure what to do. He's trying to beckon the official over, and he's not getting any traction, and he's sort of standing there, and then all of a sudden, the lead offensive player for their team, the striker, walks up to him, and everybody figures like he's trying to get some sort of advantage. At that moment, the striker bends over and ties the goalie's shoes for him. And everybody is wondering what is going on. The goalie is flabbergasted. When he's done, I guess he thanked him or something. Striker walks back, and the play resumes. Except for as soon as the play resumed, the official blows the whistle because that's a violation. In international soccer rules, the goalie can only hold the ball for so long, and he was technically violating the rule. Everybody booed. Everybody thought there was a ridiculous application of the rule, but the rules are the rules. And so the defensive team had to get ready for what's called an indirect free kick, which, as you may well know, is a very positive, a very likely scoring chance. Not a given, but a very good one. You have to line up. The sacrificial lamb players have to line up as the wall. The goalie's nervous about which way the ball's going to go. The offensive team went back and huddled a little bit and figured out what the strategy was. And then the appointed kicker went up to the ball and purposely kicked it out of bounds, which resulted in the defensive team getting it. And everybody was stunned for a second. The crowd, you know how international soccer crowds can get. It was quiet. And then all of a sudden, everybody starts applauding because they figured it out. They got what that striker just did. It was like the perfect example of gracious professionalism. The game continued. The goalie was allowed, or the defensive team was allowed to put the ball back in play, and indeed it turned out in a 0-0 tie, which for soccer, I guess, is an offensive game. But in any case, here's the good news. I've seen gracious professionalism on display at Wissahickon High School on multiple occasions. Take the swim team, for example. Every swimmer on both teams waits in the pool and cheers the remaining swimmers on in every lane until they finish. I witnessed the same concept at our track meets. Athletes from both sides cheered on every runner, including those at the back of the pack or in a later heat. In both cases, everyone is a member of the team, and every team member matters. And then there's robotics. How many members of team number 341, Miss Daisy, do we have out there? How many out there? Okay. This is actually where I first learned about the concept of gracious professionalism, when our nationally and indeed internationally ranked robotics team was singled out and even received awards for helping teams from other schools, the very people they were competing against, by sharing spare parts or helping figure out how repairs are made, etc. This is perhaps the penultimate example of gracious professionalism, and is exactly what I'm talking about tonight. On the individual level, I'm good with just the gracious part of this phrase. And I say we modify the definition of that word just a little bit so that it gets at doing something because it feels like it's the right thing to do deep down inside. You all know when that feeling hits you, so seize that moment. Be not just gracious, but great to others. And why? Because you won't remember all the academic accomplishments, though you certainly have many. What's more lasting are the memories of all the times when you were gracious. Or, stronger yet, all the times somebody else was gracious, or maybe just plain nice, to you. In closing, as my grandmother would say, this is au revoir and not goodbye. Come back and visit us often, and meanwhile go out into the world and be both gracious and great. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, please join me in welcoming to the stage our 2016 valedictorian, Grace McStravock.
Hi, class of 2016. The fact that I'm standing up here would probably lead you to believe that the most important thing I would have learned in high school would be something academic. You know, like that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, PV equals nRT, or how to use calculus to find an appropriately sized cover for Mrs. Kuski's pool. But no, the most valuable thing I learned in my 4 years at Wissahickon was what 356 very different individuals all have in common. And that is that everyone, and I mean everyone, has something to deal with. That's it. Everyone has their issues. You don't get excused from the mental and emotional challenges in life because you're a good student or great at sports or have a lot of friends or only have a few friends, or if you're a rich white male or an underprivileged Hispanic female, or have great hair and nice clothes or uncontrollable hair and can't match an outfit to save your life. As is happening right now. It doesn't matter. Sure, what you deal with might vary widely, but as everyone is designated their own share of conflicts to battle. I came into high school convinced I was the only one with problems, especially mental ones. As of middle school, I had built a reputation for myself as being a perfectionist. But if anyone knew that the real reason I clung so tightly to my grades was simply for control at a time when everything I knew was changing, from friend groups and personalities to interests and body types. That those high A's were my marginally healthier substitute for counting calories and minimizing my food intake until I was emaciated, 25 pounds lighter, but in control of something. If anyone knew that my backpack always weighed as much as your average 6-year-old because I had nightmares about forgetting an assignment for a class I didn't even take, what would people think of me then? I thought I'd be a freak. But as much as I displayed a perfectionist persona, I wasn't perfect enough to know that I was wrong in that thinking, and admittedly, a lot of other things having to do with fitting in, for a few more years to come. Really, it was around that time in junior year when we all began to think about college, work, and the future, when everyone's stress and emotions were boiling over, as we were all preparing to become adults and trying frantically to decide what we wanted to do with the rest of our lives, that I realized I wasn't the only one, nor was I one of a few. I am confident that wherever you are sitting, if you look to your left and to your right, you will be looking at someone strong who has come through their share of difficulties as well. Congratulate them and congratulate yourselves, class of 2016. You made it. That being said, you probably did not make it alone. I know I didn't. We can all do with a bit of help from others every now and then. J.R.R. Tolkien once wrote, "It is not our part to master all the tides of the world, but to do what is in us for the succor of those years wherein we are set, uprooting evil in the fields that we know, so that those who live after may have clean earth to till." That line has stuck with me since the first time I read The Lord of the Rings, and as some of you know, I've read that series many, many times. Admittedly, it stuck with me at first because I had no idea what succor meant. S-U-C-C-O-R, and it means help for someone who is suffering. But later because of what it implied about our job as human beings. We might not all have the connections or platforms to change the world today, but we can start small. What Tolkien says is that we are not expected to solve all the world's problems, but at least to do what we can to help those around us to live the best lives that they can. Truly, random acts of kindness go a long way. Knowing that everyone has mental and emotional conflicts to battle at some point, that minimum requirement might very well be to listen, or to smile at someone, or to give someone a hug, and the standard Mrs. Budd advice of never let a boy or girl determine how your day goes or how you feel about yourself. Going forward into your future, whether that be college, the military, work, or a gap year, I hope that you keep in mind this simple human duty, as many of you have throughout these past 4 years. And if you haven't, you stand at the starting line to the rest of your life, and it is absolutely not too late to change yourself and the lives of others. And so in conclusion, I say to you all this: congratulations, truly, on completing what you've been working toward the past 12 years. I have no doubt that this day means something to all of you, as the first step into your adult lives, and as a triumphant moment to reflect on all the tough days you've successfully gotten through so far. Thank you all who have met and exceeded the human duty to make the world a better place through your willing offer of a helping hand. And thank you to all of you amazing individuals, whom I know will be strong enough to face any challenges that might stand in your path, and strong enough to stand beside others when they confront their own challenges in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Let me once again introduce our Wissahickon High School Camerata, led by Mr. John Conahan. At this time, please stand for the singing of our alma mater.
Wissahickon.
Thank you. Please be seated. I would now like to welcome to the podium for her first Wissahickon High School graduation, our principal, Dr. Lynne Blair.
Thank you, Marie. This evening, we celebrate our students. To parents, family, and friends, thank you for your continued support and for all that you have done to help your student achieve this great success. To our administrators and school board members, thank you for working so diligently to foster a school community that provides our students with countless opportunities to learn and excel. To our teachers, thank you for the knowledge and inspiration you are dedicated to provide the students day in and day out. And to our students, this evening, I am honored to celebrate you as we recognize your accomplishments, work ethic, commitments, potential, positive decision, good characters, and talents. You walked into this stadium tonight as the senior class of 2016, and you will leave as Wissahickon High School alumni. And I wish you continued success, extend to you my sincere gratitude and admiration for all that you have achieved, and congratulate you this evening. A couple of weeks ago, I visited a senior English class. The students were freely discussing the mix of emotions they felt as they approached this evening. The students shared that they were both profoundly excited and humbly terrified. The students talked about how their excitement for the newness before them and their enthusiasm for their future of opportunities was countered by the fear of not knowing how to do laundry and of not knowing if they could survive on a diet of microwavable ramen noodles. Class of 2016, I would like to share with you a few pieces of advice regarding both your fear and your excitement. For your fear, someone once asked me this question, and I now ask you. When you face challenging and difficult times, do you want to be an egg, a carrot, or coffee? Admittedly, this is a strange question. Let me explain. When an egg, carrot, and coffee are placed in hot water, they each react to their environment and circumstances differently. The egg faces this adversity by creating a hard shell, difficult to break and difficult to change. Once cracked, the shell begins to fall apart and eventually becomes completely undone. The toughness eventually breaks, but what is left is literally only a shell of what it once was. A carrot, when faced with this same adversity, becomes soft, and the strength that it once had forever disappears. The coffee, on the other hand, challenges the adversity by changing it. It takes the boiling water and redefines it and makes it into something more valuable than it initially was. You tell me, before our 7:35 bell, would you rather pick up a cup of boiling water at Wawa or a cup of coffee? The coffee transformed the adverse reality for the better. In essence, the coffee changed its environment and circumstances and did not become powerless to it. I wish you all a life filled with resilience and strength. Remember, difficult times do not last forever, but when you face challenges, find your internal coffee and make the decision to use the adversity to make you a better and stronger person. For your excitement, as you begin the next chapter, be it attending college or entering the workforce or armed forces, I encourage you to do so with confidence. Let your excitement drive you to be willing to challenge yourselves in new ways and inspire you to explore. We believe in your potential, and you have proven to be a group of talented and remarkable individuals. Your next step is your game, and you set the rules. Believe it or not, you will never again have to ask for a hall pass to use the bathroom or determine whether you satisfy your hungry stomach by when the bell rings. I encourage you to be adventurous and deliberate about the goals you set for yourself, and be mindful to make decisions that are authentic and meaningful to your inner sense of purpose. You get to consciously decide what has meaning to you and what doesn't. Be calculating in that choice. Try never to be the smartest person in the room, and if you are, I suggest you invite in smarter people or find a different room. Explore every possibility with a sense of optimism and keep your minds open to the possibilities before you, knowing that we believe in you. Don't be worried about making mistakes, and always keep in mind that failure is not the opposite of success. View failure as a stepping stone to success. Set out to be someone who you admire. your individual definition of success and accomplishment are what truly matter. As you take on new challenges and experiences, remember to always be kind, to always be compassionate, and to always have integrity. Dare I say it again, don't forget to pay it forward. Having a strong sense of self and a strong sense of character will inevitably guide you down the right path as you are faced with decisions. Let your excitement reinforce the limitless potential that you have as you celebrate your past and anticipate your future. I have seen firsthand how one person can make a difference. One person who decides to bring out the best in others by sharing the best of him or herself can be transformational. My hope is that you will continue and try to be that one person, that by your example, you will lead, you will invest in others, you will create engaging relationships that foster teamwork and create a culture of greatness. Be bold, be courageous, and be your best. I truly believe that the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that really do. Though the word commencement implies that this is the beginning of something new for you, I encourage you to view graduation as the continuation of all that you have accomplished. Take the memories and successes of your time at Wissahickon High School with you, the knowledge you gained in your coursework, the leadership skills you practiced in our co-curricular programs, the value of community service that you modeled through your actions and partnerships, the friendships that you fostered within our school community, and the lasting relationships that you forged with our faculty. As you enthusiastically anticipate your next steps, please don't forget that you are always part of the WHS family and you have made a mark. Congratulations, class of 2016. This is your moment.
Thank you, Dr. Blair. Now I welcome one of our assistant principals, Ms. Karen A. Gephardt, to the podium to recognize our seniors who have excelled in community service, co-curricular activities, and academics.
Thank you, Marie. Each year, various individuals, community groups, and school organizations sponsor awards or scholarships for those seniors who have excelled in academics, co-curricular activities, and community service. These friends of Wissahickon High School have donated about $92,000 that was awarded to various seniors last Thursday evening. I ask the recipients of the scholarship awards recognized in a ceremony last Thursday evening to please stand so we may acknowledge your achievements. I now invite all students who were recognized at the Senior Awards ceremony on Monday evening to please stand and be recognized. At this time, we would also like to acknowledge the following student achievements. National Merit finalists, please stand. National Merit Commended Scholars, please stand. National Foreign Language Honor Society, please stand. School Board Student Representatives, please stand. National Honor Society members, please stand. And at this time, will Ashley Choi please stand? Ashley is the only student in the class of 2016 who has not missed one day of school in the past 4 years. Congratulations.
I would now like to ask Dr. Blair to return to the podium so that I may present to her our 2016 class gift, which is a decorative banner to help promote school spirit, displaying the new school district logo.
Thank you.
I now invite Dr. Blair and Dr. Becker to the podiums here on the stage.
Dr. Becker, at this time, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2016. They have completed all the course and credit requirements established by the state of Pennsylvania and the Wissahickon School District. I ask that you please accept my recommendation that they be declared graduates of Wissahickon High School.
Thank you, Dr. Blair. As president of the Board of School Directors and a proud parent of a graduating senior, I am honored and grateful to be a part of this celebration of academic achievements and triumphs of the amazing students in the class of 2016. In this moment, we are all connected, bonded with a shared history and experience. We are truly one Wissahickon. Yet, in this field of blue before me, there are 356 unique journeys to this graduation. I have been lucky enough to watch many of you grow up. You have faced your own varying adversities and have basked in the glory of your individual accomplishments. They have taken place in classrooms, art rooms, robotic competitions, auditorium stages, this very turf, and beyond. Each and every one of you is responsible for contributing to the success of this #1 high school in the state of Pennsylvania. Let's embrace this moment, for soon your 356 paths will take on new directions. As you travel these trajectories, keep the Wissahickon community in your hearts and minds. Know that your family, your friends, your teachers are here to cheer you in your future successes. And just as importantly, we are also here to advise and support when challenges inevitably arise. Students, as you commence on your next life's chapter, I ask you to build upon the knowledge and skills bestowed upon you by the Wissahickon faculty, staff, and administrators. Do so with integrity, resilience, a thirst for knowledge, and a desire to improve the world. And above all, take good care of your precious selves. Now, Dr. Blair, on this 9th day of June, 2016, as president of the Board of School Directors of the Wissahickon School District, and on behalf of the school directors, I accept that the students seated before us have completed all of the necessary courses and earned the academic credit required by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Wissahickon School District to be declared graduates of the Wissahickon High School. Congratulations.
Now the moment we've all been waiting for, To begin the presentation of the diplomas, I would like to introduce the senior class officers and representatives. When I call your name, please rise. Jacob Kang, Sarah Egan, Ella Khan, Emily Moyer, Ricardo Pons, and Claire Tarzia.
Congratulations, class of 2016. Let's get this started. Marie Grace Dickson.
Jacob Kang.
Sarah Egan.
Alec Drew Hahn.
Emily Nancy Moyer.
Ricardo Thomas Pons.
Claire Nadine Tarzia.
It's okay. Now, Maxwell Stephen Benowitz.
Jacob Patrick Baring.
Michael DiDomenico.
Allison Paige Carney.
Grace Marie McStravock.
Ashley Yumi Choi.
Tess Olivia Ansborough.
Jordan Larissa Clark.
Chloe Marissa Becker.
Juliette Marie Cusimano.
Lucy Lee Fletcher.
Elizabeth Ann Dahl.
Ariel Michaela Goldberg.
Alessa May Duran.
Fiona Eileen Kelly.
Skylar Fortescue.
Sophia Elizabeth Rosado.
Alexis Maria Fry.
Jennifer Francis Tague.
Emily Shake Salvarian.
Omar Ali Abbas.
Lee Kirsch Williams.
Talia Renee Abrams.
John Nicholas Abrams.
Suhas Shankar Adiraju.
Gianna Aguirre.
Dylan Akers.
Devontae Allen.
Richard Ahn.
Gabriela Angel.
Christopher James Annunziato.
Christy Shalom Arango Couts.
David Carroll Ash.
Joseph Clayton Augustine.
Austin James Avilis.
Mary Rose Elizabeth Babiak.
Ethan Reed Bame.
Rebecca Lynn Baker.
Adi Bazra.
Evan Robert Benbow.
Zoe Fiona Berg.
Jeffrey James Byer.
Shaylin Balala.
Nicholas John Bianchini.
Reagan Margaret Birdsell.
Lotta Ann Black.
John William Bolger IV.
Marlene Julia Barnderchuk.
Brandon Gabriel Boone.
Michaela Brandt.
Allison Danielle Brown.
Jared Thomas Brown.
Edward Daniel Burkhart.
Brendan Howard Burke.
Carly Ann Burke.
Andrew David Cade.
Ryder Alexander Campbell.
Maja Alexis Cannon.
Sophie Bell Kaplan.
Trisha Ann Capelli.
Ian Alexi Catterton.
Austin Joseph Kavanaugh.
Benjamin David Chaikin.
Tafajwa Anthony Chidembo.
Madeline Marie Clark Saunders.
Mason Daniel Cohen.
Brooklyn E. Coleman.
Michael Teofil Collins.
Mycia Brianna Colston.
John William Kamenitsky.
Spencer James Condelis.
Brianna Stephanie Conaway.
Noah James Curran.
Sasha Ayana Cooper Jones.
Aiden Liam Conway.
Juliana Grace Carino.
Brad Eric Carino.
Stanley Jerome Chubasky.
George Depkowski.
Dylan James Daggers.
Janobi J. Das.
Andrew Daniel Davily.
Sydney Alexis Deems.
Megan Erin Delaney.
Angela Maria DeSantis.
William John Dever.
Nicholas Paul DiMariano.
Azure Lamore Dickson.
Ethan Demetrius Dolberry Westcott.
Lana Ivory Doskis.
Andre Philip Ducali.
Yandel Alexander Dudley.
John Vincent DiUlyssi.
Sharia Tamara Dunswell.
Noah Perry Dworsky.
Amber Kiara Dykes.
Daria Elise Erland.
Sarah Raymond El Hilal.
Alex Escude Velasco.
William Fidel.
Carolyn Renee Feichtenbeiner.
Alec Gordon Fell. That's me.
Nicholas Harrison Fell.
Emily Lauren Feller.
Jenna Kashmiran Feltis.
Antonio Fernandez.
Gabriela Yamazaki Ferrio.
Madison Page Fink.
Rachel Ann Fisher.
Zachary Evan Fisher.
Gianna Antoinette Fischetti.
Bria Ilan Fisher.
Carissa Isabella Flores.
Madison Elizabeth Folia.
Samantha Egan Fowler.
Jennifer Morgan Fox.
William David Frank.
Kayla Marie Fries.
Madeline Rose Friedman.
Stephanie Erin Friedman.
Robert Connor Freeston.
Lindsay Rachel Fritz.
Isaiah Emmanuel Gaines.
Erwin Brent Gant II.
Luis Felipe Ferrio Garcia.
Kamal Amir Garland.
Matthew Elon Gendelman.
Brendan Lewis George.
Nime Ravindra Godbole.
Varun Goganeni.
Maya Lynn Golden.
Matthew Goldsmith.
Nora Ann Goodrich.
Corey Gordon.
Juliana Cecilia Greco.
Daniel Joseph Haggerty.
Hope Sarah Grobler.
William Thomas Haggerty.
Kevin Charles Gross.
Marlena Marie Haas.
Becca Rose Hafter.
Brian Dante Hare.
Cameron Hill.
Molly Rachel Handel.
Kiana Marie Haney.
Kirsten Melina Haley.
Ryan John Haney.
Andrew Nabbs Harmon.
Donovan Paul Hartzog.
Rebecca Allison Hawkins.
Kathleen Heilman.
Sophie Isabel Hessler.
Sean Higgins.
Laura Ruth Hillhouse.
Natalie Ann Hoffman.
Trey Donovan Holcomb.
Rebecca Lauren Hong.
Daniel Patrick Hopkins.
Apollonia Shane Hopper.
Hunter. Dylan Hunter Horowitz.
Alexis Dion Howard.
Michael Earl Howard Jr.
Sabina Noel Hunsaker.
Samuel Charles Hunt.
Babasian Abayomi Ige.
Jennifer Emily Itzenson.
Mervana Jacob.
Robert Jacobs III.
Jeremy Mark Jacks.
Yusun Zhang.
Jonathan Jacquez.
Taryn Jefferson.
Hillary Ann Jensen.
Che E. Jun.
Sarah Junn.
Janae Ayana Johnson Flowers.
Neha Aruna Jog.
Maya Girija Jog.
Himavath Satyanarayana Jois.
Jack Henry Jones.
Claudia Katayana Urek.
Rachel Mara Caffey.
Jeffrey Boris Camera.
Deeksha Candon.
Nina Kapoor.
Noah Samuel Katz.
Elise Renee Kaufman.
Eric Thomas Kaufman.
Donovan Jesse Kennedy.
Jared Austin Kenner Jackson.
Benjamin Ross Kessler.
Rula Kaldi.
Michael Lee Kibblehau.
Audrey Paisley Kim.
Che Young Kim.
Ji-eun Kim.
Juwon Kim.
Nicholas Kim.
Sunmin Kim.
Aaliyah King.
Erica Ashley Klein.
Nicole Laura Klein.
Jenna Lynn Clayman.
David Edward Kovacs.
Annalie Kreike.
Ji Koo.
John Patrick Kunzier.
Aditya Deepak Lala.
Michael Anthony Lawrence II.
Vivian Hannah Lee.
Jordan Scott Levine.
Natalie Mary Lewis.
Matthew Lieb.
Molly Lauren Lightman.
Andrew L. Lim.
Maya Ariana Litz.
Taylor Nicole Loden.
Maura Frances Lynch.
Amanda Faye Leidicht.
Monier Long.
Nicholas James Mayali.
Cheyenne Manning.
Lucas Joseph Marcellus.
Michael Hunter Marino.
Sebastian Graham Marino.
Sabrina Marie Marinucci.
Mariano Johan Marquardt.
Elizabeth Martinez.
Annabelle Catherine Mason.
Andrea Faye Mazurek.
Krista Megan McCullough.
David McFarlane.
Grace Mang.
Madison Elizabeth Merritt.
Gordon Clement Mitchie.
Kara Lindsay Miles.
Jessie Marie Miller.
Jajit Kayla Minhas.
Kira Eva Monahan.
Mary Morgan.
Tiffany Lynn Moser.
Kylie Ray Mountain.
Victoria Rose Moyer.
Luisa Kruba Molba.
Samantha Marie Mullen.
Ju Hee Nam.
Deshaun Anthony Newman.
Brendan Joseph O'Connor.
Jessica Brooke Novi.
John William O'Farrell.
Kevin John O'Connor.
David A. Oakey.
Ashley Oak.
Hyun Nicholas Pack.
Destiny Cheyenne Page.
Jared Polonis Kavalonic.
Joshua Polonis Kavalonic.
Tyler Donald Pashley.
Anthony Christopher Pelage II.
Trevor Antonio Patterson.
James Penn Park.
Zane Peng.
Melissa Nicole Paul.
Andrew Stefano Pelleggi.
Elizabeth Christine Pester.
Jeffrey Robert Quisenberry.
Madeline Elizabeth Powell.
Robert Raw.
Tara C. Quinn.
Victor Ramirez Vivas.
Conan Thomas Ramanathan.
Owen Matthew Riley.
Blake Andrew Rappaport.
Megan Melissa Rivera.
Colin James Reisert.
Gavin McGee Rogers.
Jordan Howard Rashawn.
Jasmine Mahal Roisman.
Melissa Rodriguez.
Brooke Nicole Ross.
Brandon Ian Rosoff.
Christian August Rudolph.
Sarah Elizabeth Ross.
Anne Craig Ryan.
William David Runner.
Catherine Elizabeth Santucci.
Julia Adele Salvador.
Alexa Haley Schiff.
John Donald Scanapico.
Joseph Patrick Schlonhofer.
Zoe Victoria Schiller.
Julia Rose Schultz.
Haley Erica Schreiner.
Sean Jaquez Scott Jr.
Samantha Ann Scoma.
Yebin Shin.
Jamie Morgan Seidel.
Matthew Todd Silverman.
Jenna Brooke Silverman.
Ashley Renee Smith.
Tiana Faith Simon.
Annie Sun.
Moira Joy Smith.
Giacomo Sparaccio.
Jillian Page Southworth.
Jeremy Richard Spittle.
Deanna Ambler Spinelli.
Alexandra Jane Stolman.
Shannon Rose Dagliano.
Xian Sung.
Gi-hoon Sung.
Liam David Suter.
Cole Thomas Suplee.
William Matthew Tagliamonte.
Jessica Lynn Sweeney.
Nicholas Leonard Tukowski.
Alexandra June Tyler.
Leah Rafaela Thompson.
Tyler Raphael Thompson.
Alex Brian Thune.
Caitlin Marie Thompson.
Laughlin Lloyd Tomlinson Jr.
Nicole Noel Timmons.
Scotty Allen Turner Jr.
Shannon Patricia Trombley.
Nicholas Glenn Valentine.
Shannon Stella Yu.
Sierra Walker.
Jessica Hannah Vogel.
Nicole Elizabeth Weber.
Tamia Rashawn Watson.
Hannah Dylan Weisberger.
Zachary Brad Weisberger.
Gregory Cavallo Welsh.
William Michael Weiss Jr.
Matthew Ryan West.
Benjamin D. Warner.
Danielle Hope Wilk.
Ian V. Willenzik.
Isaac Mark Wilson.
Darian Carden Williams.
Kyle Michael Wolf.
Marquise Julian Wilson.
Nicole Yang.
Benjamin Evan Wolf.
Joshua David Zales.
Susan Solip Yu.
Amanda Sarah Zlotnikov.
Alexander Peter Zavatanos.
Chin Vakwa Nguyen.
Congratulations, class of 2016.
Yeah.
Graduates, please rise and move your tassel from right to left. I would now like to introduce Mr. John Conahan and the Wissahickon Camerata to sing the benediction. Class of 2016, please join me in making our 16 on the turf. Thank you. Class of 2016, class is dismissed.